On today's edition of the Commanders Report, I have my 6 bold predictions for the 2024 Washington Commanders season to share with you guys today. Can't wait to share them with you guys, but before we get into my bold predictions here, okay, let me hear it down there in the comments section. Give me a bold prediction that you have for the Washington Commanders this year. It can be anything from record prediction to how far they make it to the playoffs or whatever the case may be. Let me know a bold prediction that you have for the Washington Commanders here in 2024. So let's get into my first bold prediction here for the 2024 season, which is that Maverick Jayden Daniels, number 2 overall pick, is going to establish himself as a future star quarterback. I believe that Jayden Daniels is the type of guy with his ability to run the football and his ability to throw the deep ball, to process defenses. I think he's got the entire package in terms of what you look for in a potential superstar quarterback here in the National Football League. And my expectation for JD this year is not perfection, all right? I'm not expecting a CJ Stroud type season from Jayden Daniels. If it happens, fantastic. He's going to win Rookie of the Year, and he's going to have one of the greatest rookie seasons in the history of the National Football League. But my expectation is that I'm expecting to see flashes. I'm expecting to see more consistency as the year goes on. Yes, I'm expecting some rookie woes, some rookie warts, if you will. But I do think at the end of the day, Jayden Daniels, we're going to be looking into year 2 and expecting a year 2 leap, and for this guy to be a future superstar for this football team. Then we get to my second bold prediction here, which is that Terry McLaurin makes his first All-Pro team as an NFL pro. Now, when it comes to Terry, we've known for a while, if you've been watching this team for a while now, you know how good Terry McLaurin is. He's one of the most complete receivers in the National Football League, consistently getting over 1,000 yards receiving, despite having some of the worst quarterback play that I have seen any wide receiver cursed with. All right, Taylor Heineke, Carson Wentz, Sam Howell, all these guys that he had to work with, it just wasn't working, right? So I do think that Mr. Terry McLaurin is going to have a pretty darn good season this year. I think he's going to have his career high in yards, perhaps a career high in touchdowns, and I think that connection that he's going to have with Jayden Daniels is going to be one that is super, super special in the years to come. Love Terry McLaurin, really thinking he's going to have his true breakout season, and he's going to be a bona fide top 10 receiver this year and finally get the respect that this guy deserves. So let me know down there in the comments section, is this the season Terry McLaurin becomes an All-Pro? Give me a yes or a no for today's pinned comment. YouTube's going to throw an ad break here in just a couple of seconds, and when that happens, give me a yes or a no down there in the comments. Another bold prediction here surrounding a player on offense. I think Ben Sinnott, the rookie out of Kansas State, the tight end, I think he will take over Zach Ertz's tight end 1 spot by the end of the season. When I watch Ben Sinnott play football, man, no, he doesn't have the longest arms in the world, which limits his catch radius. He's not going to be the best contested catch guy in the world because of that either. But he is extremely quick and a great route runner for the tight end position. He's going to be a matchup nightmare for opposing defenses. And Jayden Daniels, I trust him to put it on him accurately. And if you can get the ball in Sinnott's hands accurately, this guy's run after the catch ability is going to be one of the best in football at his position of tight end. So I'm really excited to see him play, and I cannot wait to see what he's going to do in his rookie season here in burgundy and gold. Now, coming up here on the Commanders Report, I got more bold predictions for you guys for the Washington Commanders in 2024. But before we get into those, let's have a word from our sponsor here at Factor Meals. And with fall right around the corner, fuel up for those brisk fall weekends here with Factor's no prep, no mess meals today. Meet your wellness goals in time for fall thanks to Factor's menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and even Keto. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. So no matter how busy you are this football season, you'll always have time to enjoy nutritious, great tasting meals right from the comfort of your own home. Make today the day you kickstart a new healthy routine. What are you waiting for? With 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week, you'll always have new flavors to explore. Make your day delicious from breakfast to dessert and stay fueled with easy, nutritious options from Factor Meals. So if you want to get started today, head on over to factormeals.com/CommandersChat50 and use code CommandersChat50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code CommandersChat50 at factormeals.com/CommandersChat50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is still active. A big shout out to Factor Meals for sponsoring today's edition of the Commanders Report. So now let's get into this bold prediction here because this one's interesting to me. I think the Washington Commanders are going to start cold this year, but I think they're going to finish hot. So I do think the beginning of their schedule, Dan Quinn's, he's going to still be establishing his culture. It's a new scheme both on offense and defense for this roster. You have a rookie quarterback that's going to be getting his feet wet, and you're playing some pretty darn good teams in the early portion of your schedule. I think Tampa Bay is a former playoff team. They're definitely no joke. Then you get a team like the Cardinals, which is going to have a very underrated offense, in my opinion, with Kyler Murray, Trey McBride, Maserati Marvin is now in there now, Michael Wilson. I mean, they got some weapons there in Arizona now. There's going to be some difficult games for the Washington Commanders. You got the Browns and the Ravens early in the season as well. I think you're going to take some losses early on, and there's going to be a lot of people saying, oh my gosh, we suck. But then later on down the road here, second half of the season, I think this team gets hot, and I think we get to a point where we're heading into year 2 of the Dan Quinn and Jayden Daniels era with a lot of confidence and a lot of optimism about this football team moving forward. So make sure you guys like the video if you haven't already. If you are as pumped as we are for Week 1 versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, it's going to be fun. We're going to have a live watch party right here on the channel, so make sure you click that subscribe button, and then make sure you click that thumbs up icon right now to help this video be the best it can be. We get to the 5th bold prediction of today's video, which is that the defense will get over 46 sacks this year. I think that, 50 sacks, that's usually the benchmark for like a top 5, borderline top 10 pass rush in football. They may get there, but I think they're going to get at least above league average in terms of total sacks this season. Joe Witt Jr., the new defensive coordinator, and of course Dan Quinn. These two guys really know their defensive football. They're going to mix things up. They're going to do multiple fronts. They're going to do simulated pressures. They're going to blitz guys. They're going to send a bunch of different formations out there. They're going to get creative with their blitzing, and it's going to be a lot of variety, and it's going to get a lot of guys free rushes at the quarterback. It's going to create a lot of confusion for opposing quarterbacks, and I think that can only mean good things for the Washington Commanders defense moving forward. Speaking of the defense, I think it will punch above its weight. I think in terms of overall roster talent, they're probably not even in the top 20 in terms of defensive talent, especially because they have such a big hole at outside corner right now. But I think that because Joe Witt Jr. and Dan Quinn are such masterminds schematically, and I do think that you have a pretty darn good talent pool in the front 7. I think those two things combined are going to create a ravenous pass rush, which is going to really help this team out. Now, there's going to be teams with good offensive lines. They figure things out, and they have good receivers, and they're going to beat the Washington Commanders cornerback room. But at the end of the day, this defense is going to eat because of the pass rush. And honestly, it wouldn't completely shock me if they slip into the top 10 by the end of the season. So fill in the blank for me. Down there in the comments section, the Commanders will have a top blank defense in the NFL this year. I think they're going to be at least top 15, top half of the league, but it wouldn't surprise me if they sneak into the top 10. Let me know what you guys think down there in the comments section. How confident are you in this defense? Make sure you guys click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Appreciate everybody that made it to the end of today's show. If you click that subscribe button, that means you get access to all of our free content on the Washington Commanders every single day right here on this channel. So make sure you do that right now. And until next time, hail to the Commanders.